Yes. Well, I'm back again. And once again, we're back on the lovely Doka project. As you've probably seen from the last couple of videos, we've got a fair little bit done on it now. And we're now in the process of needing parts. Because I've fabricated the rear back end a bit. We'll get more onto that in a bit because I'd actually filmed a bit off the camera, which I shouldn't have done. But yeah, that's me. Me did me, I just got carried away and carried on. But enough on that, we'll get back onto that in a little bit. But we need a lot of parts, as we went through in the very first video. The parts we need for this to actually get rid of all the rust and do it the right way are a lot. And on that, these guys behind here, Heritage Parts Centre, have now come on board with the Doka project, which is absolutely awesome news, and I can't thank them enough. Like people like Heritage, things like this would be harder work and I wouldn't be able to bring you the content to do. Basically, Heritage Parts Centre are a classic Volkswagen, Land Rover and Porsche parts supplier. They're based over in West Sussex. The people that work there are absolutely most passionate people you'd meet about what they do, and most of them are in the scene themselves and understand how they are. They've got mega advice, etc., and they're just great people to work with, get your parts from and stuff. If you need a bit of advice from them, ask them what parts you need and stuff, contact them. They will help you out, show you the right parts you need and get you your parts you need. And on that, all you guys will get 10% off all your parts with the discount code down the bottom, which is Deck Builds. So anything you order, go on their site, put in Deck Builds and you will get yourself 10% off. We'll go through that a little bit later on in the video, showing you how easy it is actually to order your parts and stuff and how you go about it. But now enough of that, I'm going to get on with some parts and unbox some of these parts. I'm going to see what I've actually got in this box. So let's get going. Right, let's see what we've got. We've got my paperwork and stuff here. What I will do, I'm not going to do it right now, but every single video I do with the part that I use, I will show you how to find it on their website. I will also show you what the part number is, and I will put it in the description, etc. So if you guys are wanting the part for each part of it, you'll know where to go to get it. So right, let's start with... I have a goodie bag full of bits. Oh, and a Heritage Parts sticker. I suppose it would only fit if I actually had the thing on now, wouldn't it? So, one moment. That's better. That's right. Loads of little stickers and things like that. I'll go through that later. That's my goodie bag. Right, parts. What we got? Oh, big one. Which one we got here then? It's a step, I know that one. That looks like it's... That's got to be a passenger side step, I think. There's a part number on that one. Yeah, passenger. That is your passenger side front step. So I got a complete step there, which is very handy because mine's rotten. Let's put that one down there because that's a big one. We got a passenger side inner wing, which is good because mine is knackered as well. Passenger side front arch. I know a lot of you guys are going to look at mine and go, well, why don't you use those? Well, I'll explain that in a little bit. They've not been put in the best, and they're not good. And I'm cutting all the rot out because this vehicle is going to last longer than a lot of other T4s out there. Oh, and we got the driver's side version of it as well. I'm loving all these parts. These are all the parts, the manufacturer of all these parts are all the real nice high quality parts. So we're on to a winner here. That'll be left front inner structure for the sill. which is good, good, good. Other side inner structure for the sill. Yeah, here's the one that's the hard one that most people say you can't find. Or when you can, they're always out of stock. That's my driver's side front chassis outrigger, which, yeah, doesn't look like that on mine. In the slightest. So, that one's a good part to go put on, and that's some serious heavy weight to that. That's some lovely thick gauge steel on that one. Right, put that back in the bag, that's me looked after. That'll be a right sill. That's the outer sill, I should say. And there is the inner sill. Inner sill. The other sill for the other side. As we see, we've got this lovely, lovely pallet back there. That box can now do one. So yeah, I've got my list of build bits there. So as I said, once we use them, we go through them. All the parts we've got down there are going to keep us going for a while, that's to say the least. I've got a couple of other parts which are still waiting to come for, which are on order, which when they turn up is basically another inner wheel arch bit and another step. So we're all good with that. So just remember guys, any of your parts you need, head on over to Heritage Parts Centre and put in discount code Deck Builds and support the guys that support us to build the channel. Support those guys, because without those guys, builds like us. Go support those guys, go support Heritage, because without them guys, the builds that we get on with on the channel would be a lot harder to do. And I would love you guys to get yourself a discount and support them at the same time. So, let's get into some action, shall we? Right, so let's get on with this little beauty, shall we? What I've already done, I've spared you guys the hours and hours and hours of stripping out all the undersill for the underneath the wheel arches, which is thick, because VW always puts thick undersill on it. But I found some plates which have been put on top of plates and everything else, which I wasn't half expecting, to be honest with you. But I think I better come to expect what I find on this thing, because everything's a hidden nasty at the moment. But well, it is what it is, but there we go, we'll get it done and we'll get everything fixed on this thing. What I've already done off camera, which was an absolute nightmare of a job, is I've got a new inner wing in the front, which I just wanted to get done. I wanted to get it all level, straight and everything else so I can work backwards. That's the bit I meant by I've done it off camera and I got carried away. But it is what it is, it's just a case of plonking it back in, cutting one out, plonking it back in, which came off the other van. That's now done. So now we're going to move on to all the sections that are down here. We've got the step, going complete, and the sides. So let's get the parts. I'll show you the parts we got, and I'll show you how we're going to fit them. Right, I've just gone and grabbed all the parts. I'll just put them here. So this, all the parts that we're going to talk about now are just for this little area here. So let's have a chat about them. That there is your whole step, which comes with the bottom inner sill part, which is the back of the sill, which is the bit you see from underneath. The only bit they don't come with is your front bit, which is this bit here, which that is quite easy anyway, that's a bit of plain straight steel. But I have to say, that is one chunky bit of metal. It's seriously well made, that's got some weight to it as well. So there's that bit. What I've actually got as well, which I don't need, because that's on that panel, is the inner sill bit, which would go on the back edge of the sill there. I don't actually need that part, because it came with that part, so, which is basically this bit here, identical to that one, so we can put that to one side. We've also got wheel arch, which the wheel arch is just that one there, which goes on the outside of your lips. Lips? There we are. I'm on the way to the outside of the lip, there. Idiot. And then, once you've got that lot on, you have it with your outer sill. So, all very, very good parts. So quite good there. But they're really, really easy to find on Heritage's site.
And let's show you guys quite how easy it is to find the parts. All you do, as you did then, type in Heritage Parts Centre, which comes up, brings you to your main page. As you can see, they've got lots and lots of other stuff that they do for various different vehicles. As you see there, go on to the parts bit, and it's Beetles, T4s, T5s. The list goes on and on and on, so you basically just select which vehicle you want from the list, which I went to T4. And as you can see there, they've got lists and lists and lists of parts which you can actually go to and stuff. It's not just body panels, but that is the one that I needed the parts for. But make sure you join their club. If you join their club, that's how the discounts and everything work. So once you're onto T4 bits, I went through the T4 parts. There's loads and loads of body panels on there, and they're all good quality parts. And some of the ones, as you can see in there, like there's a step there that I used. Well, I've got in this come in a package, the wheel arch liner. The list and this goes on and on for parts and stuff, and it's just so easy to do. Just add it to your basket, make sure you're signed in, go to checkout, put in your discount code of deck builds, and basically Bob's your auntie, and yeah, and the other ones your aunt. I can't say that on YouTube, but and any parts will be on your doorstep. So grab yourself some good old parts.
So as you can see, they're absolutely super easy to find. And super easy to order your parts, and just remember your discount code, which is on the bottom of the screen now. So first things first, we need to do a lot of cleaning up. I've got the sound dead on top of here which needs to go, so we can find out where all the spot welds are. It's going to be slightly different to put it into an all van, because the areas here are slightly different compared to the other van, so we've got to work it out. We've got to unpick the whole lot of it through the spot welds and the factory places. So the only way of finding your spot welds out is go along, clean it all, and find your spot welds with a little wire wheel. Then we can drill them all out and start trying to fit up some new parts. So the first thing I'm going to do, clean all this lot out.
So on the time lapse, I don't know whether it showed up or not too much. Oh, another little spiky thing hanging out of me. Lucky me. Love using wire wheels, I do. What you do, you can only clean it up. You end up with little bits like that, which is what your spot welds are all the way along. Clean them out, and then we can drill them out. Along the edge of here, as I said, this has been put in a few times, so we've got to work out where to cut and stuff. The same with the outside. These bins, as I explained before, have been put in very, very badly. So I need to try and work out what and where they've been attached. They got to all come out anyway. So what I'm going to end up doing is cutting a little bit around the edge of here and picking it out bit by bit to get that out. So it's probably easier if I start cutting all this lot out and get it all out, and then we can start piecing it all back together and show you how it all goes back in again.
Golden hour, paint a dream like you. Even dreams start fading too. I am leaving, tell me what to do. I can feel it slipping away. Treading water, yeah, what's the use? I just say playing these games. Slow drip soft in the light. Come on, meet me at the poolside. Late July, you're on my mind.
As you can see on that time lapse, it takes a long time. Well, not for you guys, it's just a few seconds on time lapse. But it takes a long time to unpick all the panels. But whoever was in here before did a really, really good job of trying to stop rust. Nope. You just got to look inside here. It's like the welds along here that they had for this bit weren't actually attached anyway. But we're talking about rust. This is part of seam sealer now. You can see where there's plate on top of plate, and not one bit of zinc protection anywhere to be seen other than seam sealer. Yep, that protects it from rust, doesn't it? Nope. But I'm going to carry on cutting all this out. Once I've got all this cut out, we can then work out how we're putting it all back in again. I like taking my time to unpick it the right way and put it back in the right way. So unfortunately it does take some time. So
For me, it's going to be probably hours to get this lot out. For you guys, it'll be yes, well, we're still going. I'm still cutting. It's the pile that's gone on so far is that against the wall over there. Yeah, that lot right there. And I'm unfortunately still cutting. Still got a bit to go out of there. Sort of this edge out here. But we are actually starting to get there. Got the gap a little bit to come out the top of there. Around there. And we're still going under here. It's yes. There's a lot, and I mean a lot, of some serious bodge work going on. And yes, I do have eye protection on today. Shame I have the safety Crocs on. My feet get a little bit burnt, but life is life. But yeah, we're I'm starting to see a bit of light at the end of the tunnel, I guess. No, I'm not. This is a lot of work because there's a lot of bodge in here, which has caused a lot of rust issues that it doesn't need to be, is the easy way of putting it. Because when they've done all the other work, it's just they've just been trapping moisture in it everywhere, not protecting nothing. But we're getting there now. This, as I said, I'm just hoping the other side ain't gonna be quite as bad, but if it is, I'll still get it done one way or another. But we're getting there. So I just thought I'd cut back in and quickly show you what I'm doing. Next time you'll see me is when I've got this done, because I'm already into this, 4 hours of stripping this back already, and I still ain't finished yet. So once it's all stripped out, protected and stuff, and ready to start welding bits in, I'll be back. Yeah. A few more hours for me, but for you guys it's just literally like now. Well, that was one hell of a mission, but we've finally got there. Believe it or not, that actually took me a whole day just to get it like that. So as you can probably tell, we're clip and close. It's a different day, and that nearly beat me yesterday to the point I was ready to walk away, but I didn't, because positive. Yeah, that's me trying to be positive about this. The only positive thing about it is, apart from ignore this, I'm leaving that there at the moment. I've got to deal with a pillar after I've got the structure back into this bit. There is now no rust left in that whatsoever. Every single bit of rust is gone, so we're good there. All covered in zinc primer and stuff, so now it's a case of let's get putting the panel in place. I need to put the step in first. Once we get the step in, we can then start building the other panels up around it, but we need to get the step in first. So we get the step in, a couple little tacks here, there and everywhere. I've already got my tacks in the panels that where you go underneath, which is a bit to go into here. So once we got those in there, it's then starting to making sure everything fits and welding everything up. So why am I holding the camera at yeah, alright, I probably made everybody feel seasick, but right, enough of my waffle, let's get going. Just some initial tacks just to hold it in roughly in place. I've got my plug welds in the place I need the plug welds, so I can now lineage this bit back to fold the metal back, and we start doing the top, working our way around. Then we get this thing back, so we've actually got some sort of strength back in the step again. Yeah, we've got to make these barriers and stuff, but that's not here at the end of the world. I'm not too worried about any of this. This is now I was just about to say easy. It's not easy as such, but it's easier now to actually start doing it because it's now starting to get strength back in it. So let's finish these bits off and get some more done, shall we? Right, let's try the end of that part again, shall we? It was up on there. Someone decided to ring me, and good old iPhones. I'm filming on my iPhone again at the moment, and they've got a new thing in there that if you're filming something, someone rings, it ends your flipping video. Thanks very much, appreciate that. So whoever it was you rang me, arse. But I've got all them bits all plugged in. They're all getting linished off anyway, so they'll get tidied up. I'm going to work my way around and get all these little edges now and stuff, and get all the little spot welds everywhere else I need them. That's the bit I'm not going to be able to really film because I'm going to be in the way of what I'm filming. So let me get them bits done and we'll cut back in and start getting some other panels back in. Right, well I got it all tacked in place and all the bits behind the panels where I can finish off, I can't finish off I should say afterwards, is now in place. What I've been doing is messing around with panels, just hold them in place roughly. I've now made marks in a certain place where I got to cut it. I do actually like these panels. It's quite useful because they've made them so they've got plenty of material in places so you can actually cut off bits and make them fit absolutely perfectly. So I've now got some marks in places. What I'll do is I'll cut them off, get them to fit right, and then we can work out from there where I'm going to weld them in and how I'm going to weld them in. But I'm just messing around at the moment, just need to take some bits off to get them fit a little bit better. And once I've done that and fiddled around with them a little bit, I'll show you which bits I've cut off. And yeah, we can actually get welding this side on. Well, I've been playing around for a little bit longer. I've got the panels to sort of line up now. Now I need to get a door back in place to make sure the door lines and everything is exactly as it should be. I still need to take some off of here, but the other panel comes to here, so I'm going to take the end off, but I want to make sure it's exactly right first. So what I'm going to do is I've marked on where I'm going to do like the spot welds or plug welds, whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to go round, I'm going to drill all my holes. Once I've drilled my holes, I'm going to put some of my, what I call body screws, which is basically just a little self-tapper screw through, which will hold it in place, which then means I can then put the door back in there. Once the door's back in there, I can then make sure everything's lined up perfectly. If I need to adjust it, I can adjust it before I start welding it in and finalising my final cuts. And I think I'm actually starting to get there. It's taken a long time to get there, but I think I'm actually getting there. And all I can say is a big thank you to those guys over there, because without those guys supplying me with the panels and stuff, I would be yeah, screwed right at the moment without having no panels. So thank you very much to them once again. I know I keep saying it, but as I said, without guys like that, like companies like that support channels like ours, we're screwed. But right, let's drill some holes, and once I've drilled the holes and put my little body screws back in, we can have a look and mess around with the door and see if we can actually get this to line up. It's actually starting to look back like a vehicle, even though it can't be like a vehicle, and I've just noticed that I've just bent my wing, but life is life. As you can see now, my door's in, it's roughly about right, give or take the odd little bit. It's enough to be able to play around with and stuff like that, but we've got all the panel gaps all the way along pretty much right up. Just need to nudge that up very slightly at this end, so I can nudge that up a little bit, but the rest of it is pretty much bang on around the doors, etc. So I've pretty much got it right, as I said, apart from that at that end. So I just need to nudge that up very slightly, which is now I can now see it's in a little bit and down there. So once we sort that bit out, I can then start welding up all the little things. So all I do is basically work my way around where the screws are, work around them, doing the buzzing them through a little bit. I need to cut that little bit off on the sill to make it butt up to there, and we'll get welding. So we're actually getting somewhere. At long last. That's all I can say about the matter.
Well, after another few hours of messing around, I went home yesterday and came back very, very early this morning. Got this lot all in place, so now it's just a case of I got my cut line between the two panels, so they now butt up absolutely perfect. So that'd be make a lovely flush line. I've got to put a piece in here because I cocked up where I cut it, but that's my fault. I've got the piece, it's not the end of the world. And it's all in place, so now I can start going around spot welding it all in place. And should be sort of solid then. So let's see if I can set a camera up and see what angle I can get, and see if I can get you some footage of welding it up, shall we? There we go, we got that now all plug welded, tack welded, stitch welded. Got my little bit in the top. All needs linishing back and tidying up and stuff, which isn't the end of the world. Every bit of welding I do always needs a bit tidying up, as in I like to get it perfect so it doesn't look like I've even actually been there, and this will be exactly the same. Still got all the little lip which I've still got to tap all over and stuff like that. We've also got to make up that little box there and put this section in here, which is just sat there.
But that's gonna have to wait till next time, because on this flaming episode I've pretty much ran out of time to get this done, edited and get it out for you. So it's just gonna have to, I've got no choice but end this one here, and you've got to know what to expect on the next one. We've got that, plus we've got some other bits to do on the next one, and finish off one side before I start all over again on the other side. But when we do the other side, we've got extra bits to do. We've got flaming chassis outriggers and things like that, so we got plenty to do before we can even start to get the underneath all sealed, looking right. And oh yeah, I forgot, I've got the bottom one of the B pillar to do on the back side as well, so we've got that to do as well. So until the next one, guys, hope you're all staying safe. Hit that like, subscribe and share button, and I shall see you on the next one. Peace out.